What's going on, gang? Welcome back to the channel. Time for another good old scooter rehab. Alright guys, we have here a 2016 Maddog. I think it's the 5th generation, but don't quote me. Alright guys, the plan on this bike is to strip it down and repaint it and put it back together with a custom paint job. Now I've had this bike for a year. I got it, it wasn't running. And actually all I really did to get it running back then was throw a battery in it and it fired right up. So I haven't ran this bike in over a year, so I'm thinking the only problem with it is probably gummed up carburetor and bad gas. Alright guys, check it out. Now somebody swapped out the original headlight for these halogen fog lamps. I don't hate them, but I don't love them on this bike. I'm gonna steal those for the S10. But yeah, it still has the Ice Bear little badging here, which we're just gonna rip off the Ice Bear letters. And I think these are the lowered forks. I'm not sure, don't quote me. Yeah guys, tires are pretty good, you know. They just need some air in them. You know, this paint is not bad, but it is sun faded, you know. The sun actually has faded the pigment in the paint, so there's really no bringing it back. You can see it better there. So I got a nice color scheme for this bike. So what I'm going to do is just tear it all the way down to the frame and sand everything down and start the paint job. But yeah, you can see now it's been sitting outside for a while with me. You can see there guys, we have a different aftermarket handlebar. I don't know what that's off of, a bicycle or something, but I ain't mad at it. It's probably gonna stay. But yeah, our wiring harness, everything in here looks good. The wires are not bad. Our connections are not dry rotted. They're getting to be that way, but they're not there yet. So, and here's your plug if you want to hook up an alarm on your Maddog. It looks just like that. Now, if you take this clip out of here, your bike, you ain't gonna be able to shut it off. I think that's how that works. Take this out, you won't be able to shut it off. So, alright guys, like I say, it's the Maddog. There's really not much to say about it. So I'm gonna stop jibber jabbering and I'm gonna tune you guys right back in once I got it blowed apart. And just like that, got a pile of Maddog laying on the floor. That didn't take long guys, about 30-45 minutes. Alright, got the frame up on the table and I'm ready to start laying this stripper on here and letting this paint peel up. See, I got the plastic on my table. I don't want to abuse the table more than I have to. So alright guys, I'm hoping this stuff works, man. Hoping it works real good. Let's put a little bit here on the fuel tank cover. I probably should have removed the stickers because if memory serves me correct, and they don't do nothing to plastic. Or you can get up under the plastic. And this stuff is strong, it stinks. So alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and layer everything with a coat of this stripper and I'll tune you guys right back in so you can see if the paint starts to peel. Well gang, when you go cheap you get cheap results. Now this stuff's been on here half hour. I've already put 3 coats of it on here and it's just starting to bubble up and it's disappointing. Now if I used the aircraft stripper, the stuff out of AutoZone, all of this would have been bubbled up by now, but check it out. It's working, but just barely, you know. So alright guys, if I gotta put the whole can of this stuff on here to get this paint off, I will. But mental note to the self, next time spend the extra 12 bucks and get aircraft stripper, and you know, this would have been done by now. Alright, I'll tune you guys back in. Well guys, it's the next morning. It got way too hot in here yesterday to keep working, but you can see the paint stripper started working finally and I was able to start stripping this thing. Now the texture of this metal is concerning. I see why people call it Chinesium. This appears to be some type of cast steel pipe. I don't even know if it's possible, you know, but yeah guys, the whole frame starting to look good. You can see some spots where I started digging into her. She's all flaky, crunchy, and ready for me to finish it on up this morning. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get straight to work, and we just gonna knock the rest of this paint off this sucker, and I guess we're gonna go find some etching primer and prime it up, and we might just go ahead and put the color on this thing with this, so you guys see that real quick. All right, let me get to work.
So we gave it a shot. You could even hear the freeway. The soul was dry, the soul was tough, and so we dug until we dug enough. This is our urban farm. We got a shed instead of a barn. We grow carrots, potatoes, broccoli, tomatoes. We grow asparagus, zucchini, and leafy green rapini. Veggies bring life.
Come to the garden.
Feed 'em to your wife.
We do not deliver.
Cut 'em with a knife.
There's plenty of parking.
'Cause veggies bring life.
Only 1 block away.
Well, that wire brush is finito. All right, guys, I got about 90% of the frame stripped, so I need to run to Harbor Freight real quick, pick up some more wire brushes, and give my batteries time to charge. I'm down to my original 2 AH batteries, and they don't last long. Now, I was just supposed to go to Harbor Freight and grab some wire brushes and some other things, but this thing had me bending corners and hitting back alleys for the last 30 minutes. One big mess, and about 2 hours later, guys, the frame is just about done. I mean, truthfully, it is done because the paint that's left is in these little small corners and cracks and crevices. I really can't get to it. I mean, I threw every wire brush that I had at it. So, even took that one all the way down to the nubs. All right, guys, the next step is I think I'm just going to wipe it down with some alcohol to remove any wax, grease, or anything that might make my etching primer fisheye. And then I'm going to the house, guys, to check it out, man. It is 104 out here right now. My little cooler, I mean, it's keeping me from sweating, but in a few minutes it ain't gonna be about nothing. So yeah, today's high is gonna be 112, so we definitely want to be in the house by then. All right, guys, let me get this thing laced in some primer, and I'll tune you right back in. I almost forgot that I got a R6 tail light on the way in from Amazonia. Should be there today. So we had these mounts for the other tail light, and I just went ahead and cut them off, and took the old flat disc and ground them all down. So all right, guys, actually I'm about to go and take a break, let this metal cool off, then we're gonna lay down that etching primer. Man, check out the temp right now, guys. I'm calling it a day. It is officially too hot to be out here, but check it out. I got the etching primer sprayed on the frame. Got it pretty good. I got a couple of light spots I'm gonna come back and get, but check it out. R6 tail light has come in, and we got the new throttle grips. They're in. Just stock Chinese throttle grips, nothing special. But yeah, guys, I'll tune you back in the morning. It is way too hot to be doing anything. Hey gang, happy 4th. Today is the morning of the 4th, and I'm gonna come out here today and do a little work. Now, I've already gotten the etching primer on, a second layer of sandable primer, and I got some of this glaze and putty on the frame because quality control was definitely not in the building when they built this frame. So yeah, guys, let's point out a couple things real quick. This bar here, support bar in the middle, it's cockeyed. Looks like they just built up a whole bunch of boogers and glue and called it a weld and put the foot peg mounts on. They did the same on both sides. Yeah, this mount here is kicked that way. This bar here is crooked. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, it's crooked. The bar here is crooked too. It sits higher on this side, up on here, than it does on this side. Yeah, I mean, and just some questionable welds everywhere. I mean, I'm not saying I'm any better, but yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna give this glazing putty time to dry. We're gonna come back out here and sand it, and I'm going ahead and start laying down one of the colors. It's gonna be a 3-color bike. I'll tune you right back in. Okay, gang, tap you in real quick. I got the 2 of the colors that's going to be on the bike. You know, we had that Sharpie color lime green paint with gray. This is not the finished product. I'm just laying down some color so I can do more of the tape graphics that I did, like on the VIPOS, the last bike we done. But yeah, check it out, man. My tape lines are not perfect. I'm gonna have to stop using this frog tape and just go get some 3M, you know, get the real deal, because it's not working. You see it's bleeding through on me, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. But I'm going to let this paint here sit and dry for at least 24 hours before I mess with it. Now, this gray can is aggravating me to death because it's spraying that textury stuff again, but no big deal. I got to wet sand all this after I do our graphics. So, all right, guys, I want to tap you in, and I'll tap you guys back in when I get the next part done. All right, y'all, check it out. Stencil kit is in, and this comes from Time Warp Custom Paint, and send me a little sticker with it. But yeah, 6 stencils in here, and you can use it 2 different kind of ways. You can take the inner honeycomb pattern like I did and put it on the bike here, or you can put some masking tape down and peel off just these hexagons here and do a different type of graphic. But yeah, check it out. This is how I'm laying them down, guys, and I'm going to continue all the way around the side down. Now I'm going to stop at this point. I was going to run it this way, but I was like, you know, that's under the tank, you're not really going to see it. So that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to lay down some graphics, and then I'm thinking I'm going to come over this with black, so it's going to be like a black honeycomb, and you'll be able to see the lime green, well, these lines here, the green will be lime green. So that's what we're doing right now, guys. And it's kind of tricky. I got to try to lay it out without messing it up. So let me get on this, and I'll tap you back in when I got some progress. All right, tune you guys back in real quick, show you my progress. All right, I got this side done and the other side. So what I decided to do was, you know, use the outline of the honeycombs and the centers to kind of reverse the pattern. That way I can use all of my material and make it stretch, you know. So check that out. Everywhere there's green is going to be yellow, and everywhere there's yellow is going to be black. So those are my 3 colors: gray, yellow, and black. All right, getting ready to start laying down the black paint over top of our graphics. Got everything all taped off, so I'm gonna go ahead and press down on the tape, make sure it's sticking down real good so we don't have any bleed through, and I'll tune you guys right back in. All right, gang, hope you can hear me, man. It is hot out here. It's already about 105, but I want to go ahead and get this thing going. So I got my 3rd layer on, and feels like it's dry enough to start taking paper off. So let's go ahead and start peeling the paper off and see how we did on these graphics. Get that off first, the outline. Yeah, that piece came off by itself already. Let's peel this off. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like that. So I'm thinking, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna outline this with maybe an orange stripe going around the outside. Not sure yet, but let me go ahead and get it all off, and I'll tune you guys right back in.
Trying to see me fall, fishing for my power like they gotta have it all.
Show you guys the tank too. Now I was supposed to just mask off the middle, then spray both sides gray, then do the graphics, but I kind of didn't do that. So once the graphics dry completely, I'm going to go ahead and mask it off, and then spray both sides gray, and then we'll do our orange border trim or whatever we decided to do. Tap you guys in real quick. Just got finished laying down the paint for the orange stripes, and I'm going to go ahead and unmask it and let you see what it looks like. Okay gang, check it out. Man, this thing is nice. If I must toot my own horn, I say it came out way better than expected, you know. Now my tape, my lines are not real good on my graphics and everything, you know, my tape lifted and all this. I got a friend at a body shop, he came and looked at it and he said, you know, everything would be absolutely perfect if I used base coat paint, you know, the dry finish. And because this rattle can is gloss and it has elasticity. Hope I said that right. Elasticity in the paint. So when I'm doing my lines and all this and that, the paint just kind of gets under the tape and it messes it up. So he said if I use base coat paint next time or airbrush, it'll come out way better. But he liked it and said it looked really good too. So he's been doing this for 30 years, so I'm gonna take his word on it. You guys tell me what you think. Now, how do you think this project coming out so far? Okay, gang, so we're gonna shoot back in here in the morning. We're gonna take care of the battery box. Got to get some wet sanding going on here to get rid of the oatmealish spray that it did, and a couple more layers of paint to kind of get the scratch marks out from the sanding, and we'll take care of the front battery box, and then we're gonna start that journey. All right, I'm gonna tap you guys back in the morning. Okay gang, I am back. It's time to go ahead and get the graphics taped up on the battery box front and back. I went and got some actual 3M 1/4 inch, I think it is, tape, and just went back to my frog tape because AutoZone was completely out of 3M tape, well, in that size. So we're going to go ahead and take all of this inside the house because my neighbor's dog back there won't shut up, you know. And it's already like 91 degrees at 7 in the morning. So, all right guys, I'm gonna go in the house and I'll tap you back in with some progress.
3 days later.
Who's ready to see what the battery box looks like? I'm gonna show it to you in 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right gang, that thing came out really, really well. Check it out, man. I'm back on the bike, so let's give it a look. I'm digging it. I am definitely digging it. Let me step back and let you see the whole bike together. Look at that, all our little graphics all the way up and in the front. Man, this thing is coming together great. So now I need to go ahead and wet sand and clear this bad boy. So that's what I'm going to do next. But let me go ahead and expose the theme for you real quick. I got some decals somewhere. I just had my hand on them. All right, let me tune you right back in as soon as I locate them. Here we go, gang. There are decals, man. All right, you see it's a B. And not just a bee, it's a killer bee. Not to be confused with the Wu-Tang Killer Bee. It's just a killer bee. You guys ain't about to get me hit with any copyright infringements. So, alright, I got one for each side of the box, guys. That's why I did not want to paint that. I was going to do the honeycomb behind the bee. I mean, I think it probably would have looked good, but hey, God, man, all this taping I've been doing, that would have been a nightmare. I mean, having to tape in and out of every little honeycomb to go around it. No, sir. So we're just gonna peel and slap one on each side, but we're gonna do it after the clear. You know, we're not gonna stick to Chinese standards and put it under the clear. No. 3 coats of clear later and the paint is all done. Got everything all glossed back up. Check out the battery box. You can really see the shine there. See that there? Yeah. Alright guys, let's move right along. We got to do the wheels and do the fender that I forgot to do because it was laying in the pile and I didn't see it, along with the handlebars. It's okay guys, all I want to paint on the wheels is just the center. We're just going to do them from black right now. I may come back in with a pinstripe or something later, not sure, but right now just black out the centers is what I'm thinking. And got to clean and wet sand the fender down and come up with our design. And I thought we were done with the stenciling, I guess not. Oh well. And I found out that this handlebar is from a Stingray bicycle, so cool beans. It's going right back on the bike because I dig the way it looks. So let's get the masking this off and get some paint on this thing. All right, got everything sanded down and taped up, ready for some primer. Couldn't find no etching primer at Walmart, so I got this clean metal primer. It says use on bare, painted, or lightly rusted metal. This is none of that, so it's bare though. And all else I got was the wide tape. So I'm going to go ahead and prime the wheels up, and then we're going to come back. We're just going to black the centers. That's it, black the centers. I got the handlebars sanded up, and we're just going to black the handlebars. Is finished, well, except for that front fender, but I'm going to work on that off camera in the house. Yeah, check it out guys, the wheels came out good. I like it. I just need to clean them up a little bit with some really soft steel wool, get the aluminum part really bright and clean. But yeah, they're looking really good, and the paint's looking good. I got the handlebar looking really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the decals on off camera a little later. So alright guys, I'm going to end the video right here, and because this video has been going on for a month, I'm thinking 3 weeks, something like that. Well, whenever the last video ended, I started this video right after it. But this heat wave guys we in it's just unreal. It's hot right now. It's about, I want to say 113. I got the swamp cooler off so you guys can hear me. So inside here, it's got to be about 120. So I really want to get out of here. But all right, guys, thanks for watching, liking, commenting, sharing. You guys got me over the hump to 500 subscribers. Now the next goal is 1,000. So if you are not subscribed, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that. It helps the channel out. We come back, we're going to go ahead and start reassembling. Going to go ahead and clean up the triple tree and forks. I got a brand new engine shroud on the way, and we just really got to clean the carburetor, put a filter on that, slap it on, put our wiring harness back on, and that's it. We got a completed bike. So it will be a part 2 to this video guys, so please come back, watch that, and remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.